Hello and welcome to our 14th session of the Walking Dead universe role-playing game by Free League Publishing. So, thank you for returning if you're a return viewer. If you're a new viewer, episode 14, so much has happened, loads to go back and watch. If you're a subscriber, you are so appreciated. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Please give it a go. Just hit the subscription. It really helps us. One additional number. It really does help everything with the channel, helps us grow. If you like what you've seen during this session, please hit the old like. If you have any comments you'd like to make, please place them down to the comments bit and I will reply to them. What do we have? We had our collection of our survivors, and Matt, the major, Jack, the survivalist, and Simon, our main hero, have travelled south past Featherdale Park and down to where the Norse base is. Now, one thing that I didn't do at the end of the last session that I can do now is we can label Norse HQ as a pointy thing, because we definitely know where it is, because we have been brought into the Norse HQ. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive straight in to our solo procedure, because I've been thinking about this over the last week and I like the way I've thought of this. So what do we have? We have, start off, if this is not the first session, decide on how much time has elapsed since the last session. So this is what happened between sessions, so not much time has elapsed, but what we're doing, we're not going to have, so what we're going to think is last episode we had the fight, and then at the end of the fight, the conversation with the Norse, and then the Norse saying, we will take you to our chief, to our boss. And then we're going to have this episode will open up in one of the longhouses, which will be like an old bus, because I think I remember saying that their base had lots of buses and stuff, and it was all a bit ramshackled. And the team is all there standing in the background. The Major and Simon are up the front, talking to a massive tattooed bikie who is the boss of the Norse, and we won't do anything about how they got into the base or anything like that. So that's just will be the flow transition of the magic of television. So that's how it's shown. Roll for the clocks is the next thing in our solo procedure. Our Norse clock has cleared now. And that is that we have now made contact with the Norse, and we are going to parley with the Norse as part of these next few sessions. But what we will do is we've got the Norse HQ located in Liverpool. That is now, the rumour has now come through, so we'll mark this one as being cleared. The swarm to the south, which is the chapel, still is there. We've got the canned goods warehouse, that is progressing. So that might be cleared out soon. The lab team, that stands at 5. Nope. We've got the St Ives safe zone. That's not progressed either. Then we have Faith Reborn, which is endgame. What's that? That's a 5. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's progressed. Wow. That's perfect based on the fact that potentially next session might be our last session. All depends how this session goes. I don't know how this session is going to go. So we're going to create a new rumour if there are less than 6 rumours. We will create a new rumour for this session though, because we have significantly less than 6 rumours. And so how we do that is here we go, solo rumours. We drop this down. So we've got a 3 in Hornsby, 3 a neutral NPC or faction. Hornsby, that's above where the lab team is. And then we have roll a second one, a 5, an important location or site. Okay, so we've got, and then let's roll. Then we'll roll some oracles. So we've got an NPC, which is important, an important NPC or location. We haven't rolled oracle for a bit. Oracle. 635 resilience. This might help. 613 613 progress. 453 devotion. All right. Resilience, progress, devotion. NPC in important location. I'm going to roll one more, see if it gives us another bit of a spark. 135 chaos. How about, you know that we had the lab team. So we had the lab team. So just below them, Castle Hill, we had the lab team that was working for Cure, and the lab fell, and we've still got the military team associated around there. How about now a rumour has come out that a cure was actually found, and there is a small amount of functional vials, was all that the lab was able to create, and then the lab fell. Okay, all right, yes, this feels like a story arc for season 2. This feels like seeds of a story arc for season 2 being foreshadowed at the end of season 1. So there is a cure. There's a cure, and there's a small amount of cure. There's a cure, and the rumor is there is a cure, and the cure works. A working cure, a working vaccine. So not a cure, because it's not. If you are a zombie, you're a zombie. You're dead. But there's a working vaccine. So we have solid rumors, and people have said there's a working vaccine. Mike Greenman. When I said, do you remember when I said, Mike, if you're watching this, when I said you got bit, but you thought you were immune, but you're not immune? You are immune. So Mike Greenman is immune, and you are immune because you were part of that team when it fell, which is why you joined when you did join, and the uniform you got looks like a police uniform, but it's a security uniform that you were working with that team. So you're part of that lab team. So there is a cure. Okay, all right. So there is a cure, and the cure is somewhere in Hornsby of all places. I will try and find a building or something in the Hornsby area, which is here. Right, and this rumour is going to hit us around now. We're down here with the Norse. This rumour is now starting to filter in that there is a cure. So yeah, it's not abiding by because at the end of season 2 we might not do any more Walking Dead, but we could do another series equivalent. So there is a cure, which is here. Well, that's what we've been told. There's a small amount of vaccine which makes people immune, and it just so happens that Mike Greenwood, not only does Mike think he's immune because he was bitten, but really he was bitten by someone who was normal. It wasn't someone who was normal, it was a zombie, and he is actually immune. So Mike Greenman is, I mean, he's not immune to being pulled limb from limb, of course, but Mike is immune from the virus, and there is a cure. So that's cool. That there is a solid rumour of a cure, and that cure is there. Where's our solo procedure? All right, we did the rolling of the clocks. We've done the additional bit, created a new rumour. All right, Haven, our Haven projects. So we still haven't got any Molotov cocktails, but we need a workforce of, so we'll drop that down to like say 6 weeks. So whilst we've been away, Joey and Mike have been working on the crops in the surrounding area. So like this map of that area, they've been working on crops in the area. Oh, that's all right. So it's a race to the cure, season 2. Oh, season 2 can be a race to the cure, and maybe Fight and Faction Reborn will join. Maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. That might be quite interesting. Anyway, so that we've got the challenge. So here we are. We'll work out a challenge. Now, what I've got notes here from last week is scouting Faith Reborn. I believe that's what FR is. Oh, counter-offensive Norse, so help device, and then we've got finding their base. Now, finding their base might flow over into season 2, and then part of that with going up for the cure, the race to the cure. So we will talk to the Norse chief. So we are talking to the Norse chief. So in talking to the Norse chief is going to be really gruff with us, we are going to attempt to do a manipulation check now. We ended last session with Simon on 3 stress. We can do once per session clear stress. So at the end of last session when we went in, we will say that Simon, being his own anchor, though he is building a relationship with Joey, which might turn Joey into an anchor for him, an NPC anchor, but being his own anchor because of Lone Wolf, he clears his stress by basically he gets to spend some time on his own in thought and clears his stress, so he's at 0 stress. So we are begin this session. Okay, shall we do, who could we do a dearly departed to? I can't think of anyone. Can't think of anyone to do dearly departed to at this time, and Simon being emotionally shut off, I don't know whether he would do one, and I don't think any of the other characters have exposed. All right, here we go. I know, I've got dearly departed. I've got dearly departed. It's Anne. I know you're not leaving me. It's the voices. It's you, isn't it? I know they change, but it's you, isn't it? I know sometimes it's a man's voice and a woman's voice, and sometimes they're a deep voice and light voice, but it is you, isn't it? Because you used to always do voices when we played. Because you're my sister. And I love you. Well, I loved you. And then you turned. And you tried to bite me. And, well, then I hit you with the sword. Everything had gone mad. Everything had gone everywhere. Everything had gone insane. And we were holed up at home. There was you. There was me. And we had food because we've been living together for ages, and we had a full cupboard and we could sigh for a long time. But then you went out looking to see if you could find your friends and you could bring them back, and you came back, but you'd been bit. And we didn't know then what was going to happen when you were bit, but you'd been bit. And then you went to bed and you had that temperature and you sweated so much through the night. The beds were soaked, the sheets were soaked, and I kept that face cloth on your head and I kept you cool the best I could. But now you still talk to me, and I hear you, and you talk to me, and sometimes you're angry but sometimes you're happy that you get to talk to me, and it's nice. But I wish I could sleep. But when I close my eyes, I see you, and then I don't like to sleep. Because you were very angry, if it was you. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry it had to end the way it did. And I'm sorry I had to do what I did. But you were going to bite me. But I'll talk to you again tonight. And we'll have a laugh tonight, and we'll play again tonight. Sorry. Hey, so we are going to give, let's do, what is it? It's a double high or double low? Double low. Oh, I'm going to check that one, because if it's a double high, at 6, and we could justify giving him 10 experience points. Ah, it's a double low. So that gives us 3. Then, did we achieve something important? Yes, we met the Norse. 4. Did we learn something new? Yes, we did. We got that rumour, we'll count that, so that's 5. Did you explore one new sector? We did. 6. Did your drive, your issue, or any of your relationships make an impact on the session? No, we'll give him 6 experience points. So Simon can gain 6 experience points for the first time in ages since doing away with Kai. Right, back to the chief. Now, I need help. And you lot have got to help me. And this is where the Major is going to offer up their services. The Major is an expert at manipulation, which is a 4 dice. Simon has 4 dice for empathy, 2 dice for the manipulation, which gives us a full cadre of all the D6s, all the black D6s that come in the box set. Now, the area, I'm going to say the area is rife with, actually, we'll even say a 3. It's rife with zombies around this area. If we roll walkers, it means that the zombies are hitting the camp, because they hit the camp all the time anyway. But we've also got Faith Reborn, so the walkers hitting the camp might be that it's just Faith Reborn hitting the camp. This is the Major and Simon trying to convince the boss of the Norsemen to give them gasoline and help them get seeds to go back to build up their haven in exchange for them doing stuff against Faith Reborn, because they also want Faith Reborn out of the area as well. Here we go. Nothing. Okay, so Simon is, though Simon is numb, Simon is going to step forward in front of the Major, which Major isn't going to like, so that upsets the Major and that puts risk in. And Simon is going to tell the Norse chieftain that if he doesn't accept their help and help them, that the Faith Reborn will rip them apart. Simon is going to describe the crucifixions, he's going to describe everything he saw, he's going to describe having to kill Kai to survive, he's going to describe how far Simon will go to survive, and he's going to shock the Major in the process of doing this potentially, and he's going to basically attempt to manipulate the Norsemen by basically just showing how willing he is to go beyond the bounds of what would be acceptable to survive, and how he's willing to do that for this chieftain against the Faith Reborn, so as the Norse don't get defeated by Faith Reborn. Oh, 2 hits, that's good enough. Okay, so because of, so the Major isn't too sure. The Major's not too sure whether. Let's just roll the Major. The Major's, he's got a 4 and a 4. If the Major rolls a hit, then the Major thinks, hold on, this is serious. No, so the Major thinks that Simon is just playing a real risky game, but succeeded, and the Norse is just really impressed. So you're willing to do what it takes. All right, we need to know what sort of force is out there. Can you send some of your people out to scout the force that is going out there and to see if you can take out anyone who's out there, and give us a chance to fight off here? We need to find out where their base is ultimately and hit them back. We basically can't have them taking out this area. And Simon and the Major are going to say, but you can't keep doing what you're doing. That's what Simon is now going to push it. I can't remember how many. That was all the dice, wasn't it? All the dice and 1 stress dice. Simon is going to say, all the dice on 1 stress? Yeah, all the dice on 1 stress. Simon is going to say, he's going to push his luck because he doesn't know when he's on a winning streak, and say, and you have to stop this area. We need to work together in this area. We cannot afford, clearly we cannot afford for you to start ripping through us, because we can come and rip through you. So basically he's going to really push his luck against this. He's going to show, he's going to try and be treated, basically he's going to try and use force. Oh, okay, no failures, but no successes. So the Norseman, so we're going to go, so Simon is going to start, Simon is going to go put in proper threats, which may end up having to be physical combat, which basically Simon will get owned at. But if this fails, Simon is going to have to get into a hand-to-hand fight with this dude and do some damage. Otherwise, all right, here we go. Oh, I think I might have backed Simon into a corner here. Sorry, Simon. This is Simon making proper threats, basically squaring up chest to chest and saying, we're not going to accept you in this area doing this. We're going to work together and we're going to clear these people out. These people are more risk to us than even the undead are, but we cannot keep working together like this. You can't just eat us, because otherwise it's not going to work. Oh, 2 hits. Okay, so the Norse chief is impressed by Simon, and he's really impressed by Simon. So what we now have is, we have a challenge for this. Our challenge is, right, we need to get in to wherever, basically we need to scout the Faith Reborn area. We need to find where their lead vehicle is. We need to get into the lead vehicle and get some information about who they are, where they are. So basically we're doing a scouting mission. So we need to send some people in, and the idea would be that we need to So we'll scout the area to find where the vehicle is. Once we've scouted the area successfully, we need to insert into the area and attempt to get info, and then get our exfil out of the area, extract from the area, and then be able to get back to the Norse with the information, which would be either where the base is or who the force is in the area, which will then give the Norse an attempt to fight back. We have weapons that we can give them. So what we might have is, we've got Anne has stealth, is stealth trained. We have the Major's got scout. Jack has force. Matt is tech and close combat. So we're going to have Anne, Simon, and the Major, because the Major isn't going to let Anne out of his sight. We are going to go and we are going to scout the area, and then we're going to attempt to get into something and get some information back. Jack has got weapons training as expert, so Jack is going to start instructing some of the Norse, and Matt is going to start helping out as well. Now let's just do a roll, plain and simple empathy manipulation roll for Simon to try and convince them that Matt is alright and Matt's one of us. One hit is all we need. Nope. Okay, so the Norse are not liking that Matt has returned, and Matt might be into some trouble if we start rolling badly. So we have a scout of trained. Okay, so first off, we get geared up, we take some ammo, we've got close combat weapons, we've got ranged weapons, we've got some food, we black up, we're going as much as possible. We put on all of our dark clothes, our dark turtleneck jumpers, and the three of us, Anne, Simon and the Major, are going to go and scout out and see if we can find out where their lead vehicle is. I won't do +2 for the map because that's not going to help, but +1 for the Major scouting, and Simon is on 2 stress at the moment. As we leave the camp and we under the cover of darkness, as it's night time, and we're going to attempt to go and find out where the lead vehicle is, I would say 1 hit. We do have zombies milling around, so any zombie attacks might be that we get hit by zombies whilst we're out. Okay, we've got 1 walker and a hit, so we successfully find the base, but we are going to roll on the messing up table. 56, the secret issue of your haven or an NPC is revealed, or the end game starts. Okay, so because we've got end game, so what we're going to say is we find the base camp, but we bump into a small patrol of the Faith Reborn. There is a few of we'll do it like a walker attack. Okay, so we'll do like a walker attack, which is we need to do a close combat check. If we succeed, it's all fine. We take them out quietly and stealthily. If we fail, then we will see how it is. So basically, we'll do like a solo combat. So we've got close combat. There's the 3 of us. We've got trained, so that's 1. Then we've got Simon, who's got a 2 for close combat, a 3 for strength, a 1 for knife, and a 2 for stress. Okay, we need 1 hit. So 1 hit because people we bump into, there's not many of them. There's 2 of them, there's 3 of us. Yeah, 3. So we need 1 hit for a success, and we'll use the solo combat table, which is you get the required number of successes and you deal damage. So we only need 1 success. We get 1 success and a walker. So we do get a success and we hit them, so we kill them, but in the process of the little skirmish which makes noise, and because we've said that walkers are wandering around the area, we do get a walker coming in and do an attack, and we're going to call that a walker attack. So for a walker attack, we need to roll a success on a close combat, which is the exact same things again. If we get a success, then we take the walker out before it attacks us. Otherwise, we roll on the walker attack table, and that might not be good. Okay, so we get a success. So in the process, so what happens is we're out patrolling, it's at night, we've found the big RV, which is where the head of the Faith Reborn camp is, and we've watched them for like an hour to make sure it is. And as we're approaching it, or as we're watching in our OP, our observation post, we are bumped into by two of the Faith Reborn who are on a patrol. They attempt to get us, but we kill them quickly and quietly because I think the Major's got silenced pistols. So even though we roll close combat, he uses silenced pistols and he puts them down. But in the process of doing that, a walker comes up, and as the walker stumbles upon us, the walker is just about to bite down on Simon, who isn't really paying attention properly or covering himself properly because he's just a bit numb. And Anne steps up and cuts the head off the walker before the walker can actually get Simon. But now we have the scout, we have the RV is clear. We will then approach the RV and we're going to attempt to get in quietly and have a look around on the inside. Now let's see, let's just do a plain oracle check. Are they in the RV or is the RV open? So is the RV empty? We'll go for a yes. If it's yes, the RV is empty. It's complicated. So someone might be in the RV. So there's somebody in the RV. So first off, we need to get them to come out of the RV. And if we can get them to come out, so what we're going to attempt to do is we're going to do a manipulation roll, and we're going to attempt to make zombie sounds outside and get them to come out and try and take on the zombies that are outside, who are actually us. So that's a 4 for empathy, a 2 for my manipulation. The Major has 4 for his manipulation, and we've got stress dice of 2. So we're attempting to make zombie noises outside to get him to come out, whoever's in there, and then we're going to take them out. Wow. Okay, so 4 successes. I'm going to say that not only do we make those noises, we don't attract any zombies at the same time. They come out and they are so surprised that we aren't zombies that we take them out, the guards. So we can imagine we're making zombie noises. They come out, they're looking around, we take them out clean, and we can get into the vehicle, because that's a lot of successes, and we get into the vehicle. We don't have long in the vehicle. Now we want to search around inside this vehicle, which could be, instead of being a scout, that's a survival. So we want to find evidence of something in this vehicle. Who's got survival? We've got the Major, who's got training in survival. So we're going to quickly attempt. So now we've got Anne standing at the door, keeping an eye out, and the Major and Simon are inside the vehicle trying to turn everything over. So it's very religious internal. We've got lots of iconification, but it all is slightly very aggressive themed. There's lots of weapons on the walls, mainly firearms all over the insides of this RV. Now there's ammunition all over. The Major is starting to search through some of the weapons and picking a few prime objects up. And Simon is looking through paperwork. Now what we're looking for is either maps or any diaries or journals or any information that might give Simon a key to where the base is to go back and tell the Norse. We're also picking up any radios they might have that might be able to give us to listen into the communications. And so what we'll see how many hits we get. We might need to go stress-wise for this. Oh, 2 hits already. 2 hits. I'm happy with 2 hits. 2 hits, we would say, it gives us some information about where the headquarters are approximately located. So their travel journeys or their way back is marked on a map, so we know where it might be. So we know where Faith Reborn base could be. I wonder if it's related to that last rumour. I doubt it. So we know where the Faith Reborn base could be, and we know the numbers. So that's their base, their local base, the numbers in the siege. So we know how to get how many there are in the siege, so we can fight back and help the Norse in this instance. And we also know where the Faith Reborn base is. So we've scouted the area, we've got in and we've got information. Now we need to get out of the area and get back to the Norse. So that would be the scout, which is all the dice and 2 stealth dice. So we're now going to attempt to get out with that information. The mage has picked up some ammo that he didn't have beforehand and has given Anne a pistol, not that she knows how to use it. Oh man, that's great. Okay, so we've got 2 hits, so that's enough. So we managed to get out. We bump into a couple of patrols, but we avoid them. There's a couple of walkers who are straying nearby, but we sort of usher those into oh yeah, how about we do this? There's a Faith Reborn patrol who are sort of edging our way and they're getting in the way, but we also see a couple of walkers milling around, and so we go up to the walkers and attract them with our scent and lead them across, and basically we act like flares on a missile, and we lead them to the Faith Reborn, who they then tear apart, and whilst they're busy eating the Faith Reborn, we managed to get back to the Norse base. So back with the Norse are very impressed by what we've done, and he's speaking very highly of us, and particularly he likes Simon. So the North chief really, okay, so after that, he super likes Simon. So the Norse like Simon, and the Norse are willing to listen to Simon and work with Simon, and maybe even stop eating people, or at least people from this area. So the people that are Simon's people, they will stop eating. But we've still got the problem that Faith Reborn are in this area, and Faith Reborn are trying to clear out the area. So we need to counter offense to stop the Norse being attacked by the Faith Reborn in this area. Then we can hit the base for Faith Reborn and try and take Faith Reborn out. But that's going to be more a bit of series, basically a war. That's good. We need to go to war with Faith Reborn, who are in the area and they're heavily tooled up. So they obviously have a base. So their base is fortified. So a religious fortified base, which is being constantly attacked by walkers. It's that chapel to the south. That is where their local base is. That chapel to the south, our rumour, other NPC swarm that has been staying here since the first session, that's where their local base is. That's the chapel to the local base. So that isn't Faith Reborn's end base, but there's a massive amount of them there, and that's what we found out now. The chapel to the south is where the local base is, and that's where we're going to have to go down to basically to get them out of this area. But it's going to be a series of skirmishes to get there, and then to actually have a fight and basically clear them out of here. But for now, what we need to do, and then we've also got this cure, but now what we've got to do is we need to basically stop the siege of the Norse to win the Norse over to our side. So what we might do is we might leave it there, and so I'm expecting that what we'll do finally is we are going to free the Norse here of the siege, and then we're going to all get tooled up and head south if we successfully stop the siege of the Norse in the next session. So next session, the team, the 5 of us, are going to go with some of the Norse, and we're going to do a counter-offensive, clear out Faith Reborn who are encamped and are sieging the Norse, and then we're going to take everyone down south and try and clear out the problem of Faith Reborn who are causing us issues here, then probably leading into the cure later, if that makes sense, if that's all right with everyone. So is that all right? If that's all right, put it down in the comments. We will reconvene next week for more The Walking Dead universe role-playing game. We'll see what happens during that session and whether we can stop the siege and then head down south to that chapel and see what happens when we get there. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for hanging around till the end. I will speak to you next week. Goodbye.